All right, so in this video, we want to find the instantaneous rate of change of these two functions at the corresponding 2 points, and we're using an interval of 0.0001. Now, there are three different methods of instantaneous rate of change: following interval, preceding interval, and central interval. Central interval is usually the most accurate one, but this question specifically asked me to do following interval. So I'm going to do this method using the following interval method for instantaneous rate of change. Now, instantaneous rate of change is very similar to average rate of change in that you're just calculating the slope. So the easy way to do these questions, avoid the tough formulas. We're just going to come up with 2 points and find the slope between the 2 points. My first point is going to have an x value of 2, which is given over here. And since I'm doing following interval in this question, my second point is going to be my first point plus my interval. So 2.0001, those are the x values. Now I need to find the y values. So I'm going to sub into 2 into this equation here and find my y value there. And I get a y value of 12 if I put that in my calculator. Now I'll do this calculation next. 0.0001, 0.0001, and I get 12.0032, and then I would have taken one more decimal place, but the next two decimal places are also a 0, so I'm going to end here. You want to take a minimum of 4 decimal places, but typically if your interval is 4, you want to take one more decimal place for your y, or even more, maybe like 2 more decimal places, but the next two are zeros here, so I don't really need to worry about those. Just remember taking more decimal places if possible. We'll probably see that in the next question though. So now you just want to do your IROC formula, which is basically your slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. It's the same as the AROC formula. So y2, 12.0032 minus y1. By the way, these two values should always be really close when you're doing the calculation. If they're not, you've made a mistake somewhere in the question. 2.0001 minus 2. Well, this is going to just be 0.0032 on the top, and the bottom is just going to be 0.0001. And if I divide these 0.0032, I should be able to do it mentally, but I'm going to do it in the calculator just to be safe. Yep, it gives us 32. Now remember, if we took the extra 2 decimal places here, which was zeros in this case, we would get 32 point whatever the decimal places are over there. So if you need to go in more detail, you can do that. You don't need to take too many more, but like I said, you want to take 1 or 2 more decimal places than your interval, typically 1 more than your interval. So the interval is 4 here, so you should typically take 5 for the answer. But like I said, the last decimal place there was a 0. Let's try the second example for practice. Hopefully we'll get 5 decimal places there for the second calculation. I'm going to start with my first point, which is x equals to 1. And then my next point is going to be 1.0001. So let's calculate this now. 1 square minus 8, negative 7. And 1.0001 squared minus 8 is negative 6.9997. Problem here is now it's going to be like 9 continuously, which means if I'm going to take it to 5 decimal places, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this 9 is going to round up because of this one here. This 9 rounds up, it becomes a 0, and then this becomes an 8. So unfortunately, again, oh wait, yeah, we only have 4 decimal places here, negative 6.9998. So our final answer will have no decimal places again, because the 5th decimal place was a 0. That's just by chance in these questions, but something probably pretty common with instantaneous rate of change as well. Just depends on the function, I guess, and things like that. So let's do our calculation. IROC is y2 negative 6.9998 minus y1 divided by the denominator is always going to be 0.0001, basically your interval, but I'll just write out that whole calculation over there. So I'll do this in my calculator now, negative 6.9998, basically plus 7. That's 2 times 10 to the power of negative 4, which is basically 0.0002. Bottom is 0.0001, and then if we divide these, we should get 2. Again, I'll double check it in the calculator. Yep, final answer is just